A little bit about the, had a little skip there. We still going? Thursday Live, wanted to talk to you a little bit about the market in general, specifically, like we talked a little bit about last time about these small lakes. Wanted to try to give you a, hold on, let me just wipe this off real quick. It's odd, a little blurry. Wanted to try to give you a market update on those lakes that I'm following with O-Pee-Chee, Winnisquam, and Waukee, but there's been no changes. There's still no inventory. Similar to what we're dealing with the rest of the market, the small lakes, waterfront, it's all the same. Inventory is still very, very low. That being said, with the brief market update there, I mean, we are still seeing properties sell at and above asking. And specifically on the waterfront, multiple offers. We're having lines around the corner for open houses. We are seeing a lot of delayed showings, which is getting more people in the door, allowing more people to see it, although also creating quite a bit of frenzy around the properties and giving multiple offer situations. And been talking to clients a lot about how to deal with multiple offers in this market, where basically with a lot of the properties that we deal with, let me see if I can try to focus this in a little bit. Nope. All right. So with most of the properties that we're dealing with that are seeing the real activity, they're hitting a lot of the buyer pools. We are automatically walking into a multiple offer situation. We've had buyers say they don't want to get into a bidding war. Unfortunately, in this market, when you enter this market, you're in a bidding war. You're in a multiple offer situation. And in that case, it is in your best interest to basically just put your best foot forward right away. Find that number that you're okay with walking by the property, driving by the property, and being happy with not paying $1 more. And put that best foot forward, and it may take you a couple tries to get into a property. And unfortunately, in a lot of scenarios, cash is still king. We're seeing a lot of cash offers, a lot of cash closings. And the big reason for that, and the biggest advantage of that, is usually not an appraisal contingency in there. There's just less to deal with overall. You can close faster, all of the above, more stable of an offer. The other benefit to cash, looking from the seller's side, not just the seller that's receiving a cash offer, but future sellers. Cash closings mean that we're essentially having the comparable properties in the past that will help justify the price a lot easier for your property in the future. Again, appraisers, when we're dealing with financing and all of that, they're looking, and even agents as we price them, they're looking in the past as for what is sold to justify the price of your property today. Kind of a backward system, but cash closings in the system help all of your values moving forward. With cash still being king, and this crazy market, in low inventory, in high buyer demand, pricing is still the most important thing. We've said it before and we'll continue to say it. When you price a property correctly in this market, it should sell at or above market value. Only the market determines the value, only the buyers really determine the value of the property. If you're pricing a property $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 over where we believe market value to be, even though it could possibly still sell for that, a lot of buyers won't even consider it. They won't look at it. They won't come in the door. When you price it correctly at market value, buyers recognize that. They will come see the property, and emotions often get the best of them, and they'll start bidding over what market value may actually be or what we thought market value was. And then when it closes, that's market value at that time. So don't let this market get ahead of you as a seller. Make sure that you're looking at the data, that you're listening to the agents, that you're looking at all of the different factors that go into pricing, including pricing for the buyer pool that we think this will buy the property. In a lot of cases, we do have segmented buyer pools up here of certain people. You have larger groups of people that can afford in one price point, much smaller groups of people buying in this price point, pricing for the buyer pool and pricing correctly for the property, and most importantly, the market will cause your property to sell quickly, sell for the most amount of money, and sell at market value. So keep that in mind. Don't let the media, the hype, the craziness hinder you in your process. So that all being said, I wish I had more of a specific market update for you. Unfortunately, there's no properties to really update you on. And as always, especially today, keep in mind, if you've had the thought of selling, even if it has to, all the stars have to align for it to be the property, for it to be the right time for you to sell, reach out to us and let's have a conversation, because we could have that buyer that is willing to wait for you to find a house, that is willing to wait longer, that is willing to close faster, that is willing to pay the price that you want. Let's just have the conversation. Worst thing we can say is, isn't going to work. So everyone have a fantastic night. Have a great weekend coming up here, and I will see you all soon. Thanks.